Oh, what happened?
Just loading.
Yeah, but why? Did you turn off the Wi-Fi on your thing?
Yes, I powered it off.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Oops. Can everybody see that? Alright, cool. Give it just a minute before we get started.
The computer was loading, so we had to wait.
I guess it was doing that. I know that is what it looked like. How's everybody doing today? We're going to give us a couple of minutes to let people join us, and then we'll get started. It's good to have everybody today. Yeah, I'll do that. Take this off. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Well, they already know.
Yeah. No, this is hidden.
What's in that thing?
I'll tell you. Something. Mixed with something else. I'll tell you. I promise. We're getting really close to starting. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you again today. All right. Looks like it's about that time. We're ready to get started. Welcome, 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 everybody. I am here today. My name is what?
Meteor Martin.
Meteor Martin, and I'm here with my two helpers that have been with me just about all week. And you want to say your name?
My name's Reagan.
And
Shane.
And they are going to participate with us today as well. We have made it to Friday, and another week through, and hopefully another week closer to being back to normal and through all this strange activity that we have going on. So we appreciate you guys turning in. Today we are going to talk about an animal that I want you guys to try to guess. It's something that flies around outside starting in the spring. They do what?
And it starts with a B.
And it starts with a B.
And they sting people.
And they sting people from time to time. And they do what? Can you guys guess what that is? Yes, a bee. Good job, good job, good job, a bee. We are going to be playing the bee pollination game today. And so like I've done the rest of this week, I'm going to show you the materials that you need. And then we will talk about bees and why they're good and what they use flowers for and a few other things. And then we'll do our game for today. So to start with, you are going to need to print out one of our bee pollination cards that we have. As always, if you contact sciencemadefun.net or go to our website, sciencemadefun.net is our website, or if you go to our Facebook page at High Touch High Tech, Science Made Fun, you can send us information in your email and we will put you on a list that will get at 9 o'clock each morning. You will get the information that you need for the day so that you can even print off your own bee paper just like that. Now, I ended up printing up a second one because what I did is I cut each one out so that each game player can have one card. You don't need that right this second, but you can keep it there. You are also going to need a plastic bowl, a measuring cup, and the one I grabbed today was a half of a cup. Doesn't have to be exactly half a cup, but you can use whatever you have, first thing you grab actually. We have some salt. I have some glitter. Now, of course, if you don't have glitter, you could use pepper. You could use sugar. Pepper would probably look good with the salt to see if that would work.
Or
but
sprinkles.
sprinkles may work. I'm not positive on that. Never tried it before, but you could definitely try it. Or sequence, possibly. Okay, that's enough. Foam balls. Actually, foam ball would probably work really well. Next is I have a glue stick. We will be needing that. If you don't have a glue stick, regular glue would work as well. I have 2 balloons. Well, I have a whole bunch of balloons, but we are going to use a balloon for each player, and I was lucky and found 2 yellow balloons to represent bees a little bit later on. And like I said, each player will need one of these bee cards. And I went ahead and pulled out an extra paper plate for each player, just so we try to keep the mess to a minimum. So before we get into everything, just like every day, I want to know, what is a scientist? Do you guys know what a scientist is? What does the scientist do? What are they good for? Yes, ma'am. You want to help?
Scientists travel around the world.
They travel around the world, and what do they do sometimes? Do you know? It's okay if you don't.
They try experiments.
Ooh, experiments. Good word. Experiments. What else?
They want to learn more about the world and how the world works.
That is absolutely true. A scientist wants to learn how and why things work, right? And you were talking about traveling around the world, where there are scientists that are meteorologists that study the weather, and paleontologists and ecologists and doctors. Especially right now, there are a lot of scientists working on trying to find a vaccine for the coronavirus. So there are scientists that do just about everything. And a scientist they form a what? You guys remember? What do they form? A hypothesis. What's a hypothesis? Hold on. Do you know? Do you remember? Again, it's okay. It's a big word for first graders, so I understand if you don't know that. Do you remember? Hold on. I will call you next. Don't everybody raise their hand at one time. It's okay. Shaylee, what is it?
It's an educated guess.
Oh, good job. You knew. Well, why didn't you say it? No, that's a good job. So it is an educated guess as to what you think is going to happen during your test. And Reagan, you said these tests are called what?
Experiments.
Good job. Experiments. And when you're doing these experiments, you have to
Observe.
observe. Good job. Observe. And then how do you observe something? All right, you first.
Your nose, ears, mouth, and
Eyes.
Eyes
and feeling.
and feeling.
And
Okay.
tasting.
Yeah, she said mouth. That's tasting. So you use your 5 senses. So you look or see, taste, touch, smell, and listen. And that is how you observe something. Then as you're observing, you have to write down notes. You calculate and study everything. You have to analyze all your information. At the end, you have your what? Final
Experience.
Conclusion.
Not country. Conclusion. Good job. Conclusion. Very, very good. So I got a couple questions for you guys. What does a bee do? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Before we do that, we got to do something you let me forget. We were going to do a fun activity or extra activity today. Yeah, sorry, that's okay. So today, I already told you guys because I cheated. What are we going to make?
Slime.
We are going to make some slime. Now, I want to tell you guys at home a funny story. Every single time you walk into any classroom at any school, and usually when we're in a class, we have a big jug, the gallon jugs of glue. Yeah, glue. You walk into the classroom, you put them on the desk. First thing every kid asks is, are we making slime today? Are we making slime today? And my answer to them is no, we're actually making a polymer. And a polymer is something that is made out or up of a repeating unit. So when you think of a repeating unit, a couple of examples are a train and all the cars that are basically the exact same thing. Or I also like to use the example of if you are on a swing, what holds the seat part to the bar at the top?
I forgot.
We have one outside.
I forgot what it was. Chain.
Chain, good job. And that's basically a repeating unit. It's the same loop over and over and over again. And then when I tell these kids at the school, no, we're making a polymer, their answer is, but are we making slime? And no, yes, we're making slime. So I have a small cup that each of you are going to get. And we have some glue. It'll be okay. And I usually take different colors into a classroom so that the kids can choose to make it fun. So I have pink and kind of like a bluish green. What color would you like? The bluish green. Do you know which one you want? Yeah, you can because you're in 5th grade. Not all the way to the top. Just close. All right, that's good enough. Or we're going to have a mess.
I want a lot.
Yeah, but then you're not going to be able to stir it. Are you going to be able to do it without pouring it over, please? All right, guys. I don't know if I would let your kids do that at home, but I guess, in times like these. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, these two love being live on Facebook. All right. I guess so. All right. So next is I have something to stir the glue with, and I am a big fan of using toothpicks because it's not too big for the small cups. Now, if you are making a big batch of this, you do not have to use something to stir. You can use your hands or a spoon. These two are actually
big popsicle sticks.
Big popsicle sticks. They are slime pros for a while. They made it all the time, daily, until it ended up all over the place. And
I still play with it.
My wife had to tell them no more slime, right?
I still play with it.
Sometimes. All right, next is we have our activator, which this is just water and borax mixed together. I'm going to do a little bit. I am. That's not gonna be enough. And you can use borax and water. You can use Tide. You can use contact solution at your house.
You can use shaving cream.
You can mix that. Not to make that. You can mix shaving cream and lotion and things like that to change the consistency of it.
And like a gel.
No, right.
All right. I think you guys need a little bit more. Don't make too big of a mess yet. All right. Stir that. We'll get all the way to the bottom.
That was a ton.
It's going to be okay. I promise you guys have plenty.
We got you.
All right, can you have it hold up and stick up so that people at home? Oh, look, it's gross. It looks like boogies. Nice. Hopefully we don't want the green boogies because then people are sick and
We
have
want the
a
pink
sinus
boogies
infection.
because they're gum.
And yours does look like bubble gum. You're right. All right, good job. All right, that's good enough for right now. We can finish these a little bit later. I'll let y'all finish them off. All right, hold on.
Ew.
Yeah, don't use your
Can I
fingers.
go wash your hands?
I tell the friends at school
Yes, go.
not to use fingers yet. All right, sorry. She'll be right back. She's going to wash her hands.
Can I get the lay
Can
down?
you please sit up? All right, so let's talk about bees. I want to know what you know about bees. Can you please sit up so our friends at home can see you? What do you know about bees?
They sting you.
They can sting you. What else do they do? Yes.
They make honey.
Ooh, they can and do make honey. Anything else that you guys know?
They go to different places and take
Ooh.
zap to make it.
They take. Okay, hold on. You're super close. Super close. Good job. Pollen, and they also take nectar. Good job. So what a bee does is a bee is attracted to flowers and vegetables because of their color and their smell, and they land on the flower. And they land on the flower petals, and they eat the nectar that is inside of the flower. So then when they go from one flower to another flower, they also step on and get pollen all over them. And I don't know where you guys all live. Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do the bees eat the honey inside?
They eat some of their honey, but it's not inside the flower yet. We'll try and get to that. Hold on, I'll explain that in a minute. So a bee goes from flower to flower and they get pollen all over themselves. Now, I don't know about where you guys live right now, where you're watching from, but I am in central North Carolina and we have a ton of tree pollen this time of year. All over the place, you can see a coat of yellow over everything. So you can see pollen everywhere.
We have a trampoline in our backyard and like the whole ledge is.
It does. It gets gross this time of year. So the bees travel, and when they do, they carry this pollen from flower to flower, and when this pollen gets into where the egg is in the flower, yeah, there's a part. It's not technically an egg, but it's kind of like an egg, and it's fertilization. That is called fertilization, and when fertilization occurs, a seed is produced, which will eventually become another plant or flower or vegetable. Right? Um, Now, at the same time, the flowers are good for the bees. So the bees help plants and flowers to grow and to spread and continue to multiply. And if you ever have a garden, you have to have the bees in order to pollinate your fruits and vegetables so that they grow and so that you get more yield per plant. Now I have another question. Why are the flowers good for the bees? What do the bees use for oops, I almost gave it away. From the flower in order to, yeah, let's see what you know.
Me.
I don't know, you can go first.
They I don't know if it's just one or both, but they take the pollen and nectar and bring it to their house thing, and they share it and eat it and stuff, and then it comes out as honey.
Okay, you got no, that's a fly. Really? So the reason why these guys semi know about bees is because their aunt has a beehive at her house, and what a bee does is they do collect the nectar from the flowers, and they put it in a little pouch behind their legs. Yes.
Bees go anywhere, then they come back.
They do come back.
And then they swallow it, then they kind of throw it back up, and then it turns. Then it's honey.
Is that what Aunt Jill told you? That's how she said it's formed. Well, I don't go that in detail, but we can have maybe next time we'll have Aunt Jill as a in-house guest to talk about this, right? So they have a sack that is on the back of their leg that they put a little bit of extra nectar in. So they eat the nectar, they put it extra in their little sack, they fly back to their beehive, is what it's called, and they pass on that nectar to another worker bee. The worker bees then carry it to their storage spaces in their honeycombs, and after some time it turns into honey. And they use that honey in order to live off of and to multiply and in order to grow. Yes?
A honeycomb is basically like a cone.
Yeah, it looks like this. Do you want to hold that up?
It has little holes.
Yes, you've seen some before, right? You've seen a real one before.
And you put it in a jar.
Very good job. Now, we're going to go ahead and start our fun activity, our little game that we're going to play. And so if you guys are ready, you can pull out your balloons. Again, mine are yellow. Do you want to try and blow it up? You guys can blow it up, and you need to tie it off. Yes, tie it off. I'll tell you what, while they're doing that, I'm going to put a half a cup of salt into my measuring cup, and I'm going to put it into our plastic bowl that we have. Don't have to be exact. And then I'm going to put about half a cup of glitter into our measuring cup. Shay, after you do yours, you may have to help Reagan. All right. Oh, that's a whole lot of glitter. Looks like it's sparkly in here. It's okay. Hold on, you got to hurry. If you can get this time, either Shay or I are going to have to do it. All right, and then I happen to have an extra toothpick. I'm going to kind of stir this salt and glitter up. So the salt and the glitter are going to be the nectar. Be careful, don't do it. Oh, you're going to use your finger? Okay. All right, that's what you get when you work at home and your kids are home all the time, right? Okay, next. All right, that's good enough. You have it all mixed up. Take your balloon and hold that. And then we're gonna take your cards. Hold on, because you got to put glue on your card. And you were gonna take your glue stick, and I want you to rub it all over your honeycomb card.
Just the honeycomb part?
It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. The honeycomb, the whole thing. The honeycomb is gonna represent the beehive, and the glitter and the salt is the nectar. The balloon is the. What do you think the balloon is?
The bee.
The bee. Good job.
I thought it was the are we gonna stick it in there?
No, don't stick it. I'll show you. You're close. Don't stick it in there.
Oh! Are we gonna stick this in there?
Not completely. Just put the glue. I'll tell you we'll get in there. I promise. All right. Good. Good. Ours happens to be purple, so we can see it really well. Do you want to hold that up? We got lucky. You can see it. The whole honeycomb is colored purple. Okay, put that down.
My balloon fell off the table.
You can. Oh no! What? You can go get it. All right, good job. All right, so now what you guys are gonna do is you guys are gonna have a game. You don't have to rush because there's no speed record here. We're not doing it for speed. You're gonna rub the balloon. You can take turns. Well, yes, you probably have to take turns because there's not gonna be enough room. You're gonna rub the balloon on your head. You're getting some static electricity up, and you're gonna hold it over the bowl. And I want you to see what happens.
Oh, it is.
Get it a little bit closer. Oh, there you go. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if you do it at home. Oh, you can see it? Oh, now hold it over your honeycomb and tap it with your other finger a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Shaylee has a ton.
Can I do it?
Yeah, you can do it again after she does it. You're trying to get it to stick. Oh, all right. Now tap it onto your honeycomb. Tap it on here. Oh, wow. You may want to hold that balloon up. Honey, tap it like you're getting a mess. I'm going to have to vacuum in here for like 3 hours afterwards.
Oh.
Tap like that. Tap with the other hand. Did you rub it on your head? Oh, there. Oh. Well, Mom and Dad,
I can't get all.
hopefully this won't cause you like hours and
Here's
hours.
half of my balloon.
Can I do it again?
Here, rub it again so that they can see it everywhere. Oh, now it's on your hair. You're going to have to wash your hair tonight.
I have sparkly.
I already have to.
Well, good. That's right. Well, thank goodness. We picked a good day to do this. While they are continuing with the game, I'm going to ask a couple more quick questions. Why do you think why is it so important for us to keep bees around? There have been some studies being done, and over the last several years, scientists have determined that about 1/3 of the entire bee population is no longer here. And there are several reasons that scientists believe they're not. One is pollution. One is what's it called? Infection. They're getting infection. One is parasites that they are getting attacked with. And some of these things are causing some problems. So a parasite will get into a bee, get taken to the beehive, and travel throughout the whole swarm, and they will die before they have a chance to make their honey. Another thing is, hold on, don't do it too much because you can hold that up. That looks really good. All right, hold on, I'll do it at the end. Another thing is that bees, because of pesticides, are starting, as they go out and they fly around, it is having a chemical effect on their brains. Therefore, they cannot find their way back to the hives. They get lost, don't make it to the hives. Their population goes down, and they are not producing enough honey for the bees to live off of during the wintertime. And so those are some of the big reasons why honeybees are slowly decreasing in number, and why it's important that we be careful with our bees. Because if not, that's going to affect how many crops we have, the fruits and vegetables, the honey that we're able to get. And there's been some scientific study that says that eating local honey will also help us with our allergies. So anyway, is there any questions? Do you two have any questions for today? You have got glitter everywhere. It is in your eyes. It's on your forehead. Yep, you too. Maybe you guys are the bees, and you got the nectar all over you. Here, do you want to hold that up for one thing real fast so everybody see how well you did?
That's mine.
Look at that
This is
honeycomb.
mine.
That is packed with nectar that's going to turn into honey.
I'm just wiping it all over
So,
the paper.
as always, yeah, we hit the limit, didn't we? So, as always, we thank you for being with us. Tune in every single day at 2 p.m. and you will be able to watch our live presentations. The live presentations will be Monday through Friday. And you can also, again, go to our website, go to our Facebook page, send us a note that says you'd like to be included in the emails. We will send you all the information every morning at 9 a.m. So you'll have all the materials ready. We appreciate it. That was the game. See, is who could get the most on there. So we hope you had fun. If you have any questions, email right. We'll get back in touch with you. And I'm going to make you clean this all up. But we thank you. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We will hang around and see if you have any questions. If not, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
Me and Martin. Ow!
This is when I dipped it all the way in.
That's
Bye.
cheating in the game.
This is when I dipped it all the way in.